She's alive. Alive!
So we finally got to see Deathstalker.
We did. Both.
And, well, yeah, I'm going to talk about it next week. So I'm going to review it next week. So we're going to talk more about it next week. But it did kind of feel like for the first maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I had no idea what was going fucking on because I felt like I had just been thrown into the middle of a story.
The older one.
Yeah,
but I don't think that had any big...
I had seen the older one, but didn't pay much attention to it.
Okay, I hadn't.
And then when we watched the older one's awesome
I
too,
love
but
the
just
older
very rapey.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that. There's a lot of, but like we were saying though, is in like, if you look at the old women's romances from around the same kind of time period, if you looked at those through that kind of lens, I mean, like the man just came in and swooped up the damsel in distress and had his way with her, and that was seen as like romantic and erotic for women. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, Deathstalker wasn't the only body running around raping people. There was raping it without Deathstalkers.
That's true, but I mean,
semi-consensual rape.
Stalker kind of just swooped in with it straight away, like
every woman he came across, it was just like, now we're gonna have sex.
Yep, pretty much.
But but Kostansky said no to that and went with
That's
a more.
Kostansky.
But see, do you know what? And we're gonna find this out now, and it's kind of interesting. Is we're gonna talk about Astron 6. Technically, according to their Wikipedia page, Astron 6 stopped collaborating after, I think it was after, let me tell you now, The Void was the last one that they did. Now, Frankie Frico is an Astron 6 movie. I looked this up. And clearly, Connor Sweeney's in everything they fucking do.
Is he in The Void?
No, except for The Void.
Okay.
But two of them directed it.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll get into it. So if you haven't heard of Astron 6, the only way I could describe Astron 6 is like, they're like Troma's successors.
Yeah. I feel like they have a hand. They're trying to hit every genre, not in a bad way. Like, it's not doing it for the sake of doing it.
I'll explain why they do it now. So I have a little bio on them. And it's not to kind of throw shade at fucking Troma. But like I said to you, when we watched like the newer fucking Nukem Highs, I was like, these are just too clean looking. These shouldn't be shot in HD or 4K. Yeah. Whereas then you see these guys doing Father's Day and you have that noise over the fucking picture the whole time. And it's like, this is what I mean. You can't, if you're going to do a Troma movie, then the Troma movie, even if it's brand new, released this year, needs to look like it came from the 80s.
But I think that and this isn't a bad thing either, because I do love a bit of hammy acting, like, but I think that like if one thing is kind of not below the mark, but I think it all needs to have a gritty feel. If one thing is gritty, it's not going to work if it's all not gritty.
Again, you need to go back to your
like,
old school cameras and go with that.
Exactly.
Fuck the HD stuff. Fuck your 4K. When it comes to these low budget movies, make them look low budget and then they'll be more acceptable. Because but if you have that clean cut fucking view of the job, because it was just like, I don't know, it felt like I was watching a college movie when I was watching with someone who had just gotten a new toy and was playing with their new camera toy and stuff like that. When it's like, well, you know, for me, Troma is, you know, fucking Toxic Crusader, the old ones, the old Nukem Highs and stuff like that. Wrote the Romeo and Juliet and stuff like that. I mean, if you're going to update things to make it look real crisp and clean, then you do it like they did with the Toxic Avenger.
Exactly.
And you hire a better cast, you get more money, and you get to do the whole fucking shebang. But anyway, we're going to talk about Astron 6 here. So if you haven't heard of him, Astron 6 is a Canadian film collective founded in 2007 by Adam Brooks and Jeremy Gillespie in Winnipeg. Later joined by Matthew Kennedy, Connor Sweeney, and Stephen Kostansky. The group formed after meeting at the Winnipeg Short Film Massacre, is what it was called.
I thought you had that wrong. Festival, not massacre.
No, the Short Film Massacre. Nice. Bonding over their shared love of 1980s genre cinema, VHS culture, and DIY filmmaking, which these guys are fucking...
perfect at.
Their name intentionally evokes the branding of old low-budget distribution companies. Even the logo and the way they bring it in, it's very old-school productions, you know. And here's the fun part, because if you count, you got Adam Brooks, Jeremy Gillespie, Matthew Kennedy, Connor Sweeney, Stephen Kostansky. It's Astron 6, but there's only 5 people. Who's the 6th person, Amy? You're the 6th person. I'm the 6th person. The 6th member of Astron 6 is the audience, which is a nice kind of touch, you know. Each member then brought a different skill set. From art and design to acting, special effects, comedy, animation, allowing the group to create films that looked far bigger than their micro budgets would allow. Except for maybe Manborg. That looks about its micro budget. But it's a fucking great movie when you understand it. Huh?
Connor Sweeney obviously brought the acting.
Yeah. Which one? Adam Brooks.
Special effects.
Adam Brooks was originally a painter before getting involved. He's the guy who he's the main guy in Father's Day. He is the father in Psycho Gorman. The boss in Frankie Frico. Astron 6 became known for a distinct aesthetic that blended horror, comedy, and exploitation film nostalgia. Their early work, often made with almost no money, and it is very fucking obvious it's done with no money, leaned into fake trailers, absurd sketches, and gory practical effects. The collective gained wider attention with Father's Day in 2011, a grindhouse-inspired revenge film produced through Trauma. So that'll show you how close these kind of fucking two production companies were in styles. That they would fund Father's Day, which, to be honest, we only watched for the first time this week. And I think that last scene, that last still of the three of them, I won't spoil it, but the three of them sitting at the table at the very, very end.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just remembered how it ended. Perfect.
Fucking beautiful. It is so
Sound
good.
of the flies and all.
So
like
good.
Everything about it.
You know, it was a brilliant movie full of blood, guts, gore, and incest. Yes, incest. Lots and lots of brother-sister loving in that movie.
Yeah, that surprised me. Yeah, because the two, we were like, no. They were like, whoa.
Again, to bring it back to Trauma, Romeo and Juliet, in that story, it turns out that Romeo and Juliet find out at the end they're brothers and sisters, and they decide to stick together.
I'm sure that's not how Shakespeare intended it.
How do you know? The same year, they released Manborg, a sci-fi action comedy directed by Steven Kostansky using extensive homemade effects. Apparently, it took an entire year to make this from home, literally doing it themselves, DIY the whole way through. Now, when I watched Manborg the first time, I didn't get it. But again, I was only half paying attention to it.
You have to watch it.
It was kind of... Watched it.
You
fell asleep. Oh no, you were
working?
You were streaming.
I was twitching as well.
You were on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I was watching this.
Why are you watching these without me?
Because I need
feel
to...
like you're cheating on me.
I need to do research to prepare for it today.
What about my research? Be able to talk about it.
The thing about Manborg was, and I didn't get it at the first watch, because I just didn't pay attention the first time. And then this week, when I was paying attention, I realized why everything looked the way it did. And that's the thing, when you watch these movies and pay attention, you start to realize what they're playing off of.
Yeah.
And Manborg is completely kind of a parody of
RoboCop?
No. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Is that my vape over there? Hand me that over here before I get all stressed out.
You sound like you're starting to get worked up. You're getting excited.
But it's a fun movie. It's a silly movie. And that's everything they do is fun and silly. And we talked about what came after that would be Father's Day.
I did love that.
So it was Manborg. No, sorry. So Manborg came up first, then Father's Day. Because I have these in order here. And then the editor then was their kind of homage to Giallo.
We watched that. We didn't watch it. Which one was it? Because we've watched a lot of Kostansky now in the last few, so they're all kind of...
with the priests, isn't it? Or is that... No. That was whatchamacallit. That was Fuck, why can't I think of the word?
I'm
That
having
was
a
Father's
look.
Day. We kind of watched the editor like directly after all these, so I'm trying to fucking remember.
I
myself,
was
to be honest.
very impressed with the priest's Irish accent, because an Irish accent
The
is hard
blind
to do.
priest in
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
And he kind of saves the day at the end, doesn't he? A little bit.
Yes.
He tries, but he's blind, and he just kind of shoots into there. He asks the guy where he is. But it's a kind of mystery fucking. Oh, that's right. He's a movie editor. Again, that's Matt Brooks. He's the movie editor. Because remember when the first like 5 minutes of the movie, I was looking and was like, this seems far too good a production to be a fucking Astron 6. And then it zoomed out and it's him editing the movie. I was like, oh shit. All right. So that's why the movie looks so good. They also experimented outside feature films, most notably with it's just a small web series. You can find it on their YouTube page. It's called Divorced Dad. I haven't watched this yet.
Okay.
It's like a bizarre cable access program that looks like it came from the 80s, 90s.
Okay.
And it's divorced dads, and they're kind of, I suppose, like
Bonding.
tutorials on how to be the divorced dad. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched it. I haven't had the chance yet because I've been just trying to get through all the movies again, rewatching some of their movies, and almost most of their work would embrace kind of like camp and satire. Satire? What the fuck is satire?
A funny
Satire.
Saturn.
That's really, really strong. And Astron 6 demonstrated a very different side to themselves when they did The Void.
Loved The Void. Loved The Void.
Yeah, and that's more of a serious movie for them.
I found parts of it a bit emotional, if I'm being very fucking honest.
Heavily effects driven. It's Lovecrafty and kind of horror film. And that was kind of co-directed by Gillespie and Costanzi together.
But I loved how subtly creepy it was. I mean, I know you had the gory kind of special effects, but like you had to point it out to me, and then we rewind it and you kind of pause the frame and you see the woman
standing behind him with the baby, and there's no explanation for that whatsoever.
Spine shiver.
But that's the thing about it. The Void is like, it's not just like where we're saying like, you know, fucking the editor is Giallo. The fucking Father's Day is a revenge flick kind of homage. And Manborg is an homage to video game movies.
The Void has to be body horror.
The Void had about 5 or 6 different genres just mashed into the fucking movie. Because they're body horror. If I had to
pick a main one, I'd say body horror.
Yeah, but there was also the cult involved with it. There was the whole fucking dealing with death and what comes next. There was the whole transcending then with the sci-fi side of things, because the ending is completely sci-fi.
Yeah, his daughter came back all weird.
So it's just a very fucking strange movie, but and even from the start, like you are fucking from the very, very beginning, it's like it's real extreme start with the two of them running out of the house screaming, and the 2 guys come up behind them and set one of them on fire, kill the other. It's fucking crazy. No, according to everyone, that's kind of where they fucking finish off. So Astron 6 legacy lies in their ability to create imaginative, affectionate genre cinema entirely on their own terms. Their films capture the charm of the VHS era while pushing the boundaries of practical effects and low-budget creativity. They built a fiercely loyal cult following and demonstrate that passion, ingenuity, and a group of friends with cameras can produce work that resonates far beyond the Canadian indie scene. But this is the thing, right? This is the thing. This, again, brings me back to trauma. Because that's the one thing about trauma that I've always said is you watch a trauma movie and you realize just how easy, if you fucking have the patience and the vision for it, how easy it is to actually put together a good film with no money.
But Peter Jackson showed us that I know it took him a lot longer than a year, but he showed us that with his first, what's the name of it?
Bad Taste. Yeah. That
was low budget. They only filmed on the weekends. They had their spare time. That's why they have massive beards at one stage and then no beards, and then but
most money they fucking spent on that was just the alien fucking costumes.
And I loved it.
That's
but
about
he proved that as well back then.
So the way I look at it, right? Because I know what they say, they're not really the whole Astron 6 collaboration thing isn't happening as often anymore. Frankie Frico was an Astron 6 movie. Before that, it was The Void. So stuff like Leprechaun Returns, Psycho Gorman, Deathstalker even, don't actually fall into the Astron 6 category. They're just done by Astron 6 people.
Okay.
Mainly Steven Kostanski directed all of those. And Connor Sweeney was in Deathstalker and Frankie Frico. I don't think he wasn't in the Leprechaun Returns.
And he wasn't in The Void. So those are the two he wasn't in.
And I'm not sure. Psycho Gorman, I am trying to work out if he was one of, because Psycho Gorman was the first one I saw, so I wouldn't have known who Connor Sweeney was at that stage. I'm trying to work out, was he one of the rough kind of characters that PG kind of attacks, they're kind of hiding out in his lair and his warehouse, and he comes in.
He's in Psycho Gorman.
So he's the guy that he like tortures, like, fucking leaves in kind of this torturous limbo with his eyes rolling, and he's like,
from what I can see.
Yeah. Right. If you haven't seen their movie, I mean, like I said, they've done outside of their own shit, right? Because you have Manborg, like I said, video game movie, Father's Day, revenge movie, The Editor, Giallo movie, The Void, a bit of fucking everything, just unsettling weird movie. Then they've done, before I get into these two, they've done Psycho Gorman, which is sci-fi meets it's like Fox Kids fucking TV for adults with sci-fi in it. It's just it's bonkers. There's no way of describing it. Frankie Frico, likewise, but it's more about creature features, more like the paying homage to Gremlins, Critters, shit like that. Then Kostanski himself has taken on two big franchises in doing the Leprechaun Returns, which would have been the second Leprechaun movie to come out without Warwick Davis in it.
We saw the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun Returns in the last few weeks.
And Deathstalker.
Oh, yeah.
And Deathstalker, Connor Sweeney plays a big part in. He's like the prince. The evil prince.
He is. He does a good job of it as well.
I love Connor Sweeney. I love his acting. He's the main guy in Frankie Frico, and he is fucking brilliant at it. Yeah. But who's he? He's the little dude in The Witcher.
Yeah.
But and he's very good as the Leprechaun Returns in the Leprechaun Returns, and Leprechaun Returns is really good. It's a direct sequel to the original Leprechaun. So they're ignoring
everything beforehand.
They're ignoring going to Vegas. They're ignoring going to space.
They're
ignoring going to the hood. They're going to the hood for the second time. I mean, it's just
back to basics.
Jennifer Aniston basically held this guy back for, I think it's 21 years, they say. And then he comes back. And the whole premise of it is a leprechaun is never truly, because they think they have the leprechaun destroyed in the first one. But if there's even a tiny shred of that leprechaun left, the leprechaun will come back. So if you're destroying a leprechaun, you have to vaporize the leprechaun.
I know we did an episode on leprechauns. I'm just curious if that's actually ties in with the
I'd say
folklore.
it's just a tidy way of bringing them back.
Yeah.
So what I want to do here, right?
Yes.
Is we've seen all these movies. Let's give our top 6 Astron 6.
Okay.
And I do have... Oh, wait. My phone is recording this, so I can't remember. I can remember what I picked. So for me, I think the two... So that's the hardest part for me is there's two that I can't rate. I have to be left out. And I have to pick my favorite 6.
Okay. I know which one gets my number 1 already.
Psycho Gorman.
No.
Really?
Frankie Frico. And I think it's just because it felt I know it's not really like Labyrinth, but it's the mischievousness of the gang that made me think of Labyrinth, and it's very kind of nostalgic for me because I love Labyrinth. It's one of my Shabadoo. He was one of my favorites. I can't think of his name, but for me, it was the kind of how much they felt like the puppets from Labyrinth. It just kind of made me kind of very nostalgic or something. I just loved the movie.
All right.
That would be my number 1.
Psycho Gorman was my number 1.
But see, we have 2 different tastes as kids.
Psycho
that
Gorman.
kind of shows our tastes growing up, I think.
But I love Gremlins growing up. And Frankie
but you don't like Labyrinth.
It's not that I don't like Labyrinth. I've only seen it once with you. I only kind of half paid attention to it.
Oh, well, then you gotta watch it.
Do you know, I remember watching it and looking at you and being like, this is what you call a kid's movie?
Yeah.
This is terrifying. So I would go Psycho Gorman at number 1. Before this week, it wouldn't have been there, but at number 2, it's Father's Day.
Okay.
I fucking love that movie. I thought brilliant.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
Number 3, Deathstalker. Number 4 will be Frankie Frico. And number 5, this is tough. This is real tough. Every part of me is screaming Leprechaun, but The Void was so good. We don't wait, we'll get to pick 6, don't we? Okay, The Leprechaun and The Void.
You already said 4. Frankie Frico was. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Which leaves out The Editor and Manborg.
We're terrible at math.
But I still love both those movies, but they just wouldn't make my top 6 Astron 6.
See, we're in agreement there, but just where they fall in the 6. Do you know what I mean? I haven't seen The Leprechaun Returns.
No?
No.
Watched that twice now. How have you not watched that?
I think you must have done it both times while I was up home.
No, again, I watched Leprechaun Returns this week. How did I manage to watch? I don't know. So this week, I watched Manborg. Mm-hmm. I watched Father's Day. Mm-hmm. I watched The Editor. Mm-hmm. And I watched Leprechaun Returns.
Mm-hmm. I watched Father's Day and The Editor.
So then I watched Manborg and Leprechaun. I watched Leprechaun Returns while you were twitching, and then I put on Manborg directly afterwards. You came in at the end of Manborg. I came in
at the very end of Manborg. I did.
So yeah, that's what I watched Monday night. Okay. Because I knew I needed to get ready for this. But yeah. There's 8 movies there, guys. If you want real cheeseball, fucking old school callback movies, this is the shit to be watching. Do not go in there expecting Oscar-winning acting. Do not go in there expecting a world fucking ground-shattering effects. No. It doesn't take... In fact, it's not that it takes away from it. It adds to it.
But like once you realize as well, like with Deathstalker, once you realize what Deathstalker is doing, the acting doesn't really come into it. Even at the start when I said to you that it felt like the first fight scene was very poorly edited, like it just felt slow and stuff like that. But once you kind of once it clicked with me what they were doing with Deathstalker, that didn't matter as shit anymore. Like
it felt really like, I mean, like it felt like where it took the rapey bits out, it took a lot of influence from Army of Darkness and stuck it in there. Because there was a lot of Evil Dead-y kind of fucking stuff going on there. Even when Doodad and the Evil Wizard have their fight at the end and they manifest the 2 skeletons. They are skeletons right out of the start of fucking Army of Darkness. Yeah. When Ash is there with the book and they're all coming at him and all this kind of shit. It was exactly real old school 80s skeletons. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Computerized skeletons. But it was brilliant. It was awesome. It was great. It was fun. And it was just like I said, when you kind of realize that this is the kind of story where it's not so much here's the beginning, middle, end. It's more of you've walked into a story that has been going on already for a very long time, and this is just the world around you, and you're just seeing a section of it, a day in the life, like you said, of the Deathstalker. Yeah. And it's small stuff that makes you realize that, like when you turned to me at one point and you were like, did I drift off for a second? I was like, no, why? Why did you say that? Because they're walking out of a woods, and in the background, like in the far background, there's 2 giant silhouettes of giants, and they're just boxing the head off each other. And you're like, what's with the giants? And I was like, that shit just happens in this world.
Well, you see, then when we watched the older one, when we watched that again, I'm almost certain there was a giant in that, and then it kind of clicked that was just a callback, or was it kind of paying homage? Not homage, but you know what I mean?
I mean, the biggest callback, I think, in the new one to the old one is the bald bad guy. I can't remember his name. Because he's the main bad guy in Deathstalker 1.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the secondary bad guy in the new Deathstalker.
I want to say Mordred, but I think that's King Arthur.
The dude that keeps getting his head fucking... I mean, he's had his head taken off. He's been fucking chopped to pieces and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, that's him.
And again, that'll tell you what kind of movie you're getting into. The bad guy gets killed multiple times. He just keeps on coming back.
Go for it.
Yeah, check it out. It's out now and it is fucking awesome. And I just can't wait for it. And that's the thing I love about these guys is as well. Especially, like, I mean, Kostansky is the one I've been following the most. Which, you know, because obviously, I mean, he's had the most recent success with Leprechaun Returns, Psycho Gorman, Frankie Frico, and Deathstalker. And the thing is, even though he's getting more successful and getting trusted with more stuff, he's still not spending the money.
No.
I mean, the effects were still very clearly cheap. Do you know, I mean, there was times where because in Deathstalker, Patton Oswalt is the voice of Doodad, and Doodad's like a little midget
And his
wizard,
mouth doesn't move.
gremlin kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there were times where, like, when it was close up to his face and you'd see the mouth moving, and then there was times where it was zoomed out and the small person was walking with Deathstalker, so it clearly wasn't Patton Oswalt, because I know Patton Oswalt is short, but he's not that short.
I wonder was
And
that
he's
Lindsay
wide as well,
Bottle
so he
again?
wouldn't have fit in that little suit. and he's talking, but you can clearly see that Doodad's mouth is not moving.
Yeah, but I don't think it doesn't
and
hurt
again,
it. Like,
it was on purpose. But it was the same when we were watching Father's Day. At one point, like, the editing jumped, and you looked at me and you were like, "Oh, they fucked up the editing." And I was like,
No,
"Amy,
then
that
it kinda
was
clicked
so
with
on
me.
purpose."
yeah, it was. No, it was. It was like I said. Once you remember what they're trying to do with it, nothing. It doesn't matter. Like, do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
And I got very kind of the amazing whatever it was of Hercules that used to be on TV after Xena. That's the way it felt to me. It felt like one of those.
It
and
did.
it's
It
very
really felt
nostalgic
like
again,
a fucking. But that's all their movies. They have
Yeah.
just bangs and nostalgia,
Yeah.
but it's done well, because you could do this terribly and you could do this really, really well, and they just managed to pull it off really, really, really well.
They did.
And even to the point of like mixing comedy and horror and all this kind of stuff, because I would say that like Father's Day is so off the wall with some of its concepts. I mean, especially the fucking incest stuff. But there were times in that movie
yeah.
where you were a little unsettled. There were times in
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie where it was a bit
definitely.
fucking creepy.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, that end scene is really fucking impactful. You know?
Yeah.
Really impactful.
I
like.
was waiting for more to happen, and then it's just kind of that's the scene.
And it
and
just
then it's-
zooms out in the tree of them sitting at the table, and it's just like, I'm not gonna say
Okay,
what happened.
no,
but it's
no,
just,
no.
just like, oh, fucking perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
ending.
perfect ending. Yeah.
I could kind of see it coming when the three of them were talking to each other beforehand. It's like, what now?
definitely.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you idiots. and then it zooms out. I was like, this is fucking lovely.
Amazing.
But that's the thing. They make ugly movies pretty. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you haven't seen them, go find them. Astron 6. The three main guys to have movies out there as directors would be Adam Brooks, Jeremy Gillespie, and Stephen Kostansky. To be honest, this is my first time hearing of Matthew Kennedy, and Connor Sweeney stars in...
Matthew Kennedy is tell you now 2 seconds. Matthew Kennedy was one of the
Matthew
priests.
Kennedy's the editor. Or not the editor, he's the
The dad and like no, he's not
no,
the dad.
that's
Like
that's Matt Brooks.
he's
He's
one
the
of the
dude with the
priests.
moustache. Yeah, the priest on Father's Day.
Yes,
Yeah.
there we
He's
go.
actually pretty funny.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
him.
And Connor Sweeney then is in Manborg. He's in Father's Day. He's Twink in Father's Day. He is in. Is he in The Editor? I think he is. Not in The Void. Not in The Leprechaun Returns. He is small part in Psycho Gorman. Main character in Frankie Frico, and one of the main bad guys in Deathstalker.
But outside of Astron 6, Kostansky has a lot of credits to his name. He did In a Violent Nature.
But that's the
He
thing.
did.
Stephen Kostansky, I mean, like, making the movies seems to be like a side hustle.
Oh,
This
yeah,
guy
yeah.
is like
He's
special effects.
He was special effects
And-
lead on In a Violent Nature.
And
Like.
that's what I'm saying. Like, for like all the low budget special effects they put into their movies, it's not out of lack of ability.
No, it's because it's in
Dude
keeping
worked
with
for
what they're
Marvel.
doing.
Like, he's done
Exactly.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He's, like you said, In a Violent Nature.
Mhm.
He's got a...
And that got Best Kill at the Fangoria Awards last year, I'm
He
pretty
has-
sure. Like,
Oh, Diogo, what a scene.
yeah, with the head through the tummy. Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was, yeah.
But I mean, like, he has got a huge amount of credits to his name for special effects work,
Mhm.
and when you see like the movie, you've seen a lot of his work
You have,
in a
yeah,
lot of
without
fucking
knowing it,
big
like,
big
yeah,
movies,
yeah.
like, you know, Hollywood movies, huge movies are probably funded
It?
these brilliant movies. Yeah.
H Suicide Squad, Crimson Peak. That's
Suicide Squad. That
I think
was
Crimson
up
Peak
there.
is Guillermo del Toro. Like, that's a huge credit. Clown, Girl House, ABCs of Death, Hannibal, the TV series.
ABC's of Death. I have to check that. I have to check out ABC's of Death too.
That's
because
the one
they
he did.
have
Yeah.
they actually have a short in that.
Do they?
They're one of they're one
I
of the
did
bits
not
in
know
that. They're one
that.
of the segments
Okay.
in that.
What, the whole Astron 6 crew are just...
I'm not
Okay.
100% sure on that. But in their Wikipedia page, they credit ABC's of Death 2, one segment from one of the movies from it.
I mean, he started his special effects career with Capote. That is a huge fucking movie to start with.
So yes, a big name in that sense, and starting to make his name now in directing and writing and everything else. And
he's a bit of an all-rounder.
Yeah, he seems to be bringing Connor Sweeney along on the road with him.
Well, if they're ever looking for a leading lady.
But that's the thing. He keeps everything clean, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's all guts and gore, but no nudity, no cursing.
It's funny. That's the only bad thing. The only negative thing that I've seen online about Deathstalker. And it's only from one or two people. And it kind of makes me wonder, seeing as we described the original as a bit rapey, what these men are actually like in real life. Because they're like, not enough girls. Not the same amount of women as the last one. Not enough girls. You should have had one or two more girls. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, lads.
But I didn't care.
I didn't care. No, it wasn't.
The monsters and stuff are so grotesque, and there's so much going on that.
Do you really need those scenes? Are they adding anything? Are they furthering the storyline? Like, not that they.
Well, not everybody gets to see boobs every day like I do. So, I mean, some people, they rely on these movies for their boobs. But what I would say.
You get to see every day.
But I would just say to people who feel that there's not enough boobs in the new Deathstalker,
just go watch the old one. You really yeah.
All right, let's have a look at some news. It's all small stuff this week.
Yeah.
Chris Stuckman's horror film Shelby Oaks, I was talking to you about it earlier on, is now available on digital. The movie, which was crowdfunded via Kickstarter, raising $1 million and was executive produced by Mike Flanagan, follows Mia, who desperately looks for her sister Riley after she vanishes in the midst of a paranormal investigation. You can rent or buy it on platforms like Amazon, but I think that would be worth a watch.
Yeah, I always think that Mike Flanagan's are worth a watch. I mean, Life of Chuck.
And really you are a big old fan of the old paranormal shit. So
love paranormal. And Mike Flanagan comes across as a bit of a sweetheart as well.
Which confuses me because we've had, your family have said it. We've had people on social say it to us because we did Lake Mungo this week.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody telling us how scary Lake Mungo is. And I just don't see it.
I think the concept, the movie didn't scare me.
Good movie.
Very good movie.
Scare me.
Doesn't scare me. I think the concept of something like that happening, that in itself kind of scares people. But I don't think as a movie, it didn't make me go, I can't turn off the lights tonight.
We will get to, in not this next piece, new segment, the one after that, we'll get to what I think scary is because I did watch a scary movie this week. Anyway, this one we like, and this one you like to hear because just the fact that they're talking about it means good things. Yay. Hannibal creator Brian Fuller says he knows exactly what a fourth season would involve, and that a lot of the original cast, including Mads Mikkelsen, Hugh Dancy, Lauren Fishburne, Catherine Isabel, Caroline, I'm not even going to try that,
Berners.
Lara Jean, I'm not even going to try that one either, Aaron Abrams and Scott Thompson are enthusiastic about returning. The big obstacle right now is rights. Fuller explains that after the death of producer Marta De Laurentiis, her portion of the rights is now reverting to author Thomas Harris.
Okay.
That rights situation is a little complicated and is currently being negotiated between Thomas Harris, MGM, Amazon, and others. Fuller also shared that his vision of season 4 will be very much in the same vein as season 3, the darker, more stylized arc that fans love.
Well, I think it was season 3 that kind of had it was the undertone of kind of their kind of two souls linked. I liked that. Really liked that in Hannibal. Because you could kind of see it a mile off, and then I think, are they on the side of not a cliff or something?
It's basically
beautiful,
it's kind of like from what I can remember, it's like the house in Lethal Weapon, the house on stilts.
Yes.
And they're kind of on the side, and they're both kind of they're just fighting and stabbing at each other, and then they kind of just fall off together, hugging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, obviously we know what direction they're going, what direction they want to win. We brought this up only a few weeks ago that there was talk that they were looking at Zendaya for Jodie Foster.
Therese, yeah.
That's where they're going. They're trying to get their hands on the rights to Silence of the Lambs.
Which would make sense.
That's the issue, because it's the only one they haven't done.
Yes.
You know?
I thought they had.
Hannibal Rising
I thought they
covered.
already had kind of a version of Clarice with the girl from My Girl.
Yes and no.
She was the FBI
kind of,
trainee, but
and-
then she died. So
Yeah, and at the same time, that was before they really knew about Hannibal as well, wasn't it? So it was Hugh Dancy she was going in to talk to
it was.
in his place and all that
Mhm.
kind of thing. I think it's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a minute, but obviously once they announce this is happening, we'll go back and
With
watch it all
kills.
again.
I mean, Mads Mikkelsen can do no wrong in my eyes.
So Thomas Harris, please. I've read all your books. Big fan. Well, I've read all
Huge
your
fan.
Hannibal books.
Biggest fans.
Big fan. Give us the fucking rights, okay? The Clarice show was good, but it just didn't work. It didn't happen. They didn't go any further with it.
No,
One season.
it felt.
Done.
I'll say the Clarice show. I did enjoy watching it, but it felt very drab or something. I don't know how to describe it. If I was to think of it in color, everything about it was brown. Do you know that kind of way?
The thing about it was it went so far away from Hannibal. So it was like we had Hannibal over here on one side, and you had a huge fan base who wanted to see Hannibal
Absolutely.
continue.
Yeah.
But then the reason it wasn't going to continue was they were going to do Clarice. But Clarice was going to have absolutely nothing to do with Hannibal at all. In fact, it kind of, their storyline went more closer to Waco with David Koresh. Remember, she's going into the house and she's trying to get people out.
Yeah.
And it was more, it was the cult and all that stuff. So it was a weird fucking turn with that character. I mean, you could have done that same show with any other character. It didn't have to be Clarice. I mean, it was even very rarely mentioned because they couldn't mention Hannibal due to the fucking Hannibal TV series. It was very rarely mentioned about her past and what she had been involved in previously, because this is set after her encounters with Hannibal. And it's weird. And then she's kind of being fucking talked down to by her superiors the whole time, even though she at this point has dealt with multiple serial killers and it has to be a bit of a wonderkin when it comes to fucking her job at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I enjoyed what I saw of it, but I really, really, really just wanted it to cry. Like, the actress was a good actress for the part.
She was.
I was kind of hoping that
She's a home and away actress.
But, I mean, two different companies, they weren't going to link up to fucking make this happen. So, we just got to wait. They promised us for years that if we were patient, Mikkelsen has been saying for years that he's ready, willing, and able to come back. Fuller's always been saying, look, once I get my hands on the rights, I will come back and we will do this again. So we're just waiting for them to get the rights to
Clarice.
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, but essentially Clarice and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to see all that again.
But
And
it
then we
does
can-
mean Hannibal's going to have to go behind bars.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. We're used to that.
We are used to that, but I loved seeing him at home.
But seeing him interact with Hugh Dancy and Clarice, with Will and Clarice at the same time, you know, and dealing with that kind of shit. Because they did do the Red
once
Dragon
he does the
story.
runner again, they can kind of show him back out again on the outside.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again because I know I can remember him kind of doing the Red Dragon storyline as well. I can't remember how that figure. It's been a really long time. We haven't watched it since it finished.
The kills in it. How inventive he was with his kills. Like there was the girl that was all in the, you know, the splices taken off her, and she was like the way Dexter does his blood spatters. There was the guy whose vocal cords he was turned into like the cello thing, and
But they weren't all Hannibal's kills.
they were Hannibal's kills.
No, they weren't.
I thought they were.
Hannibal was helping Hugh Dancy's character Will.
Okay, I gotta
in a
watch
kind
it
of a
again.
Dexter
So
situation where they were chasing other serial killers together.
okay, well then I just love the kills in general.
He was
so.
just killing all the people who had no manners that were around them as they went along.
That
and
guy had
eating
no
them.
manners. This that guy came into the house. The guy with the vocal cords. I'm pretty sure he said
Pretty
something
sure they went
to
for it with
Hannibal.
someone else.
Rubbed Hannibal up the wrong way because he wasn't polite or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's when they found him then. And
Like
he
I
was
said, I haven't seen this since the last
okay.
episode.
Maybe
aired.
I'm wrong.
So we'll have to watch it again and see. Because I enjoyed it. It's just been a long time since I've had a chance to
Because I
see
know
it.
that there was the
And
couple of
3
Blood
seasons
Eagles,
would take
like,
a long
but that wasn't a Hannibal kill. That definitely wasn't a Hannibal kill.
But I don't think the split one was him either. I think that was someone else that they were chasing at the time.
That was somebody else they were chasing. I'm pretty sure the vocal cords were him.
I can't remember. We're going to have to check it out. All right, next up, we got Joe Bob Briggs is returning for a holiday horror special. Joe Bob's Cold Cruel Christmas airing on Shudder. The event will stream live on December 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Shudder TV and AMC Plus before being available on demand starting December 14th. As always, Joe Bob will be joined by Darcy the Mail Girl to host a double feature of snowy slashers, lots of cold-blooded kills. The special will also bring back their annual charity drive and auction featuring exclusive merch and art from Justin Osborne. Now, my question for you is, what 2 movies would you want to see in this double feature?
I would think definitely Black Christmas.
Well, that's the one we were watching this week, and that was the one that I was saying I found scary.
The original. Has to be the original.
The thing about it, right? For what we do, the remake was good because it gave me some backstory into the killer, right? And if you look at it, and I feel the same way about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. If you were to see Black Christmas or Texas Chainsaw remakes without ever them having any association to the originals, you would say decent little movies for the time that they came out. But in comparison to their originals, they don't hold a fucking candle to it. They are good little slasher movies, but the originals are classics.
I prefer the remake of the Texas Chainsaw to the remake of Black Christmas.
Fuck. I thought you were about to say I prefer the remake of Texas Chainsaw to the original. I was going to say, we're done. We're cancelled. I quit.
No, my problem with Black Christmas
I can't work with this person.
Really obvious red herring. I mean, like, I like when I do like being kind of misdirected, but that wasn't even misdirection. It was, they said Agnes's name, then showed Evie or whatever her fucking name was. And you're like, oh my God, that is the girl. Cause it's already planted in your brain first.
Yeah, but I literally instantly turned around to you and said, Amy, she has 2 eyes. She's fine. It's not her.
No, but after we knew she had 2, no, but I said that to you actually. But I don't like that. I don't like being thrown something obvious like that as if they're telling you straight away. Like, I don't mind being misdirected. I like that because you're kind of... No, but it's too much of an obvious misdirection is what I mean. Like, way too obvious. But I was like, is this how they're going with it? It was just...
I would say, though, the original, I would put... If you're talking in Mount Rushmore of scary fucking movies, Texas Chainsaw and Black Christmas are up there for me. I haven't decided what the other 2 are.
What? You want to watch Texas Chainsaw as a Christmas movie?
No. I mean, just in general of scariest, most unsettling movies.
Those phone
Black
calls are
Christmas,
a lot.
The original, is a scary fucking movie. The phone calls, every scene in the attic. Was just fucking unsettling. Him fucking shaking the fucking rocking chair with the dead body. The fact that the dead body even stays in the attic when it's all said and done is just like, it's just so fucking the whole thing.
I suppose if you keep with the attic theme, then I mean, like, the other one has to be Terrifier. The last Terrifier.
What, with the attic scene? Is a...
No, I mean, like, as my second Christmas pick.
Oh. Yeah, see, this is the thing about it, right? I know Terrifier 3 is set at Christmas. It still doesn't feel like a Christmas movie.
No, it doesn't feel like a Christmas movie, but he does wear a Santa costume, and he does kill a Santa.
Yeah. But it just feels like it's part of Terrifier, and that feels real Halloween to me, but that's just because of the first 2 as well.
And All Hallows Eve.
And the 4th one is going to be, as far as I know, back to Halloween again.
What would you pick?
Is the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the remake of that one.
Yes, I don't know why I want.
It looks like they're up in the gore on that, and they're up in the story and that. Silent Night, Deadly Night is real. It's very simple the way it's done. You haven't seen it yet.
No.
It's a very simple movie. It's not over explained. It's not a lot to take. It's a very easy, smooth movie, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
And you could kind of feel for the bad guy in it, while at the same time, it's good. We'll watch it. We'll watch it before the new one comes out, so you can see it.
Did we see Silent Night, but it was just that bad we didn't really remember it? It wasn't great, was it? The one with Keira Knightley. We did see it.
What the fuck is that?
Silent Night. It's a Christmas movie.
With Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, maybe I watched that one at home.
No. No, I haven't seen that one. We'll just have to wait and see what he picks. So December 12th will be definitely.
Would you put money on it that he'll show Black Christmas?
I would feel like that would be his style.
Yeah.
But
The Ginger Dead Man.
Oh yeah.
Gotta watch that one this Christmas.
And I would say Poultrygeist, but I know the Yanks like to get that out of the way around fucking
next week.
Next
Thursday, is it? Must
That's
be
right.
next Thursday.
I always make the mistake that it's the 25th.
TV's gonna be shy.
What, next week?
Yeah.
There'll be nothing on.
Nothing on.
Nah. All the rest will stay going though.
Yeah, but that stays going even at Christmas. Like they don't take no break.
And the basketball will be on. I'll be fine.
Jack Frost is another Christmas one.
There's a lot of schlocky, shitty, cheesy fucking horrors out there to watch, all right. I still haven't seen Violent Night with David Harbour. I've tried to watch it twice and fallen asleep
that's
both
the
times.
name I was trying to pick. I was trying to remember because I was going to say to you, is he in the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night? But he's not. He's in that one.
No, the remake is the guy from Halloween Ends.
Yes.
Yeah, what's his name again? I can't think
Oh,
of it.
Christ.
But he looks like he'd be good in it. And he'll fit that role very, very well. Because if you've seen him in Halloween Ends and you've seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, he definitely fits that role perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfectly. So let's move on. That's coming in a month's time, so we got time. So they will kill you. It's the truth. They will.
Okay.
But it's an upcoming horror film from Andy and Barbara Muschietti. I can't pronounce those Italian names. The dude that did fucking It. You got it.
Thank you.
It's coming from their Nocturna label. It has gotten an R rating by the MPA for strong bloody violence, gore, language, and brief sexual content nudity. Well, that's just not fucking good enough. We want more. Have you not listened to the people who fucking complained about that stalker? We want more boobs, not less. What's wrong with you? Jesus. The movie stars. Oh, God.
Zazie Beetz. She's in Atlanta.
Thanks, yeah. I know who she is. I know who she is. I just never had to say her name before.
Pretty sure it's that.
She's in Joker 2.
Oh, she's
Atlanta.
in Joker. She is. Yeah.
So she plays a woman who takes a job as a housekeeper in a creepy New York high-rise, only to discover the building is tied to a string of disappearances and possibly a satanic cult.
Whoa.
Joining her are Patricia Arquette, Tom Felton, Heather Graham, and Myhala Hurld. Did I get that one right?
Pretty sure.
The tone is reportedly a mix of Ready or Not and The Raid, blending horror, action, and comedy, and it's said to be fun and likely to leave audiences smiling despite the gore. I love those kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Ready or Not was fucking awesome.
It was
I can't wait for Ready
fantastic.
or Not 2.
Cannot wait.
Again,
the ending of that was perfect.
But again, we were talking about this during the week about the whole fucking connection between comedy and horror and why they work so well together.
Mike Flanagan said it was a quote from Mike Flanagan that he.
It's the same impulse. It's the same shock factor that makes you laugh, that makes you scared. You know, it's the same kind of. It's seeing something ridiculous, something that doesn't make sense to your eye, and you know whether that makes you laugh or that makes you fucking scream and run away.
Yeah.
That depends on the content.
Because Flanagan said making a horror feels like they're making a comedy because you spend kind of in between takes laughing your arses off.
So this one is coming in March. So we got I mean, like 2025 has been a good year for horror movies. Yeah. 2026 is already shaping up really fucking nicely. Do you know? Yeah. There's a lot of really good shit on its fucking way towards us. We were talking about that movie with Liam Neeson and Joe Kiri in a
freezed out, not free.
I can't remember. We got this one coming. We got Scream coming. There's just a lot of good shit coming.
We've got another one coming in January, and it's the Sam Raimi one.
And that's fucking awesome. Because Sam Raimi involved in it. Sam Raimi. I started playing that game. What's it called? The Quarry.
And he's in it.
Yeah, and he's the cop in it at the start. And I only got so far before the game kept glitching out and turning off.
Felt like not a nice cop.
So I got to try and see if it'll work for me again. It kept just glitching and turning off at the same point in the game. So I just had to stop playing for a while.
Maybe we got to update it.
Maybe we'll see. But so this movie, Send Help, he is describing it as really outrageous. And if Sam Raimi says it's really outrageous, the man who made the Evil Dead thinks this is really outrageous, it's probably fucking outrageous. The film, written by Freddy vs. Jason and Friday the 13th scribes Damien Chazelle and Mark Swift, centers on Linda and her boss Bradley, who crash on a deserted island, not a desert island. Same thing, though.
Maybe it's a deserted desert island.
During a business trip. Raimi says it's darkly comedic battle of wills where their office power dynamic totally flips as they fight to survive. At its heart, Raimi sees it as a story of female empowerment. Linda proves she's more than underestimated, and Bradley learns what it means to rely on someone he once dismissed. This film is set to hit the theaters on January 30 next year. This year coming. Next month. 2 months.
2026.
Yes.
Month and a half.
Well, I mean, like, you say 2026 and it makes people think it's a long, long time away.
2026 seems like forever away.
See,
I still feel like we're in 2019.
I know, it's weird.
It's crazy. It's like nothing happened after lockdown.
No, time just started speeding up. That's all that happened. That's what they did. They injected us with vaccines that make time move faster. That's the new conspiracy. Get on it, Reddit.
Okay. We're gonna have a talk after this.
All right. Before we get out of here, let's have a look at some movie reviews. So we watched 2 new ones last week, 2 big ones last week, 2 good ones last week. So let's get started with Frankenstein 2025.
Well, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but egotistical scientist, brings the creature to life in a monstrous experiment that ultimately leads to the undoing of both the creator and his tragic creation. Directed by Guillermo del Toro, written by Guillermo del Toro and Mary Shelley, and stars Oscar Isaacs, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz.
From the very first frame, the film mesmerizes. This is not simply a retelling of Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus, but a lush, gothic reawakening of the myth. Director Guillermo del Toro crafts a world of deep shadows and crimson light. Ornate laboratories draped in steam and metal bodies that stitched from disparate fragments that sit in... disparate fragments and sits in bleak, ricocheting landscapes. Critics noted that this film is lavish, epic scale storytelling of uncommon beauty, feeling, and artistry. The visuals are not mere decoration. They are the emotional tone, the atmosphere, the character. Every chamber, every bolt of lightning, every trembling limb in the creation scene is rich with tragic consequence. And the performance matches that ambition. Oscar Isaac brings to Victor Frankenstein a charged mix of obsessive intelligence and self-destructive yearning. You feel the scientist's God complex and then the fractured humanity beneath it. Meanwhile, Jacob Elordi's creature is nothing short of hypnotic, intelligent, anguished, vulnerable. According to critics, he delivers one of the standout performances of the year. The emotional generator of the film rests in the creature's simple desire to be seen, to be loved, to belong. And Elordi conveys that with a physical and vocal restraint that makes the monstrous heart still beat. What's remarkable is how the film walks the tightrope between faithfulness to the original and forging its own path. The novel's core themes, hubris, isolation, and the creator's responsibility remains intact. Del Toro anchors his version in the 1857 Victorian milieu, embeds new characters and motivation, and allows the monster to read, reflect, even yearn in ways the original only hinted at. Yet, at the same time, the world feels entirely his. The creature is immortal. The lab is a cathedral of machinery and hubris. The tapestry of the setting drips with grotesque beauty. It's not perfect. Some reviewers pointed out that the film's first act drags, the tone occasionally flirts with excess, and I did say that about the music at times. They get a bit Disney here and there. But even in the weightiness, the film stays true to its ambition to not simply shock, but to mourn, to make a horror feel elegiac. Fuck me, I write this stuff, I can read this stuff. When it comes to saying it, I'm all over the place. Felt really good. In all, Frankenstein stands as a bold, atmospheric, emotionally imposing adaptation, one that honors its origins but doesn't cower in their shadow. If you're looking for a retelling that looks you in the eye, trembles with you, and still reminds you that monsters are us, this is it. And that's the thing. This movie was it was a beautiful movie to look at. But like I said, it was faithful to what Frankenstein is without being a carbon copy of what Frankenstein was. Do you know what I mean?
From the novel, when you compare the novel to the Universal Frankenstein.
I mean, like, let's look at the Frankensteins we've had before this. Even down to De Niro's Frankenstein, they're not intelligent.
No.
You know, they're missing something. They're clearly fucking have been damaged in the process of death and rebirth. But we get a different monster in this. We get the
monster Mary Shelley intended us to get, I do think, because the monster was in the novel, he's beautiful. Like, the only thing that was wrong with the monster physically to look at, I mean, he was a beautiful creation, and that's the way she wanted him. The only thing that was supposed to be wrong with him is the black lips, and Jacob Elordi had the black lips in it. But he wasn't supposed to be grotesque or like Universal, even though the Universal Frankenstein worked. That's not how Mary Shelley wrote his physical attributes.
Yeah. That, or it's just like, do you know what we're gonna do this year? We're gonna take all the Universal monsters
and make them really hot. We're going to send the girls into overdrive.
The girls freaking out for his weird old dingle dongle doodle that looks all
and Dracula. I haven't seen that Dracula yet. I do have to watch it.
We'll check that out. But it's a nice movie. It's a pretty fucking movie, and it's really good. My one complaint
was the music.
No. Not once in the whole fucking movie does he say, it's alive! Alive!
But you see, I think that you and I discussed this, and I think that he did pay homage to a lot of the bigger lines, but kind of subtly.
The line.
I know it's the line, but when like one of the other famous lines is, and now I become God. Like but like he didn't say that, but he had a whole scene centered around that where the judges are, and they specifically say, you are not God. Like, you cannot be God. Like,
that's creepy watching the fucking half-body fucking movie.
Oh, it was class. When they went in and the thing was, the cadaver was kind of like lying forward, and like you could see the spine.
I just be switching between amazement and existential crisis. It'd just be like, oh, holy shit, that's a man, that's a person, that's a person. Oh, that looks really fun.
I think I'd be like, you can leave me here forever. Like, I am not coming home. This is my new home.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. But it's great.
I'd want to draw it.
Mia Goth again, I just think she's fucking brilliant.
Mia is fantastic.
She kicks ass in
everything.
She knows the
even in Infinity Pool, she's so annoying when she starts screeching at the top of her voice towards the end of it, but it's perfect. James! Yeah, she's perfect.
Oh, God. So, along with Frankenstein last week, we checked out Predator Badlands. Yes.
So a young predator outcast from his clan finds an unlikely ally on his journey in search of the ultimate adversary. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, written by Patrick Asen, Dan Trachtenberg and Jim Thomas, and stars Elle Fanning, Demetrius Schuster, Kolaumatangi, and Rohinal Nayaran.
So from its opening frames, Predator Badlands announces itself as a bold expansion of the universe that began with the Yautja Hunters.
Good job.
Visually, the film is a feast. Sweeping alien wilderness, brutal close quarter predator combat, and the slick cold interiors of corporate labs all merge into a vivid and immersive aesthetic. The creature effects are outstanding, whether it's the hulking Kalisk monster or the sleek new design of the young Yautja deck. You feel the weight and the presence of these beings in a way the franchise has seldom achieved. The film pairs practical creature work with CGI enhancement in just the right balance, letting you buy the world and its dangers. On the performance side, the film shifts away from human protagonists and places a young Yocha Dek at the center of the story, a daring move that pays off. His journey from outcast to hunted to hunter gives the audience a way in. Alongside him is Tia, a fractured synthetic from the Wayland Yutani Corporation who brings an emotional and mechanical counterpoint to the beastly warrior. Their unlikely alliance plays out with surprising nuance. The film doesn't need human viewpoints. It treats the Yocha as protagonists worthy of story in their own right. Crucially, the lore is deepened. We get full immersion on Yocha culture, ritual, clan banishment, honor, hunting trophy, elements that previous entries hinted at but seldom explored so fully. The Yocha language appears in full, not as brief gimmick, but as an authentic form of communication. Meanwhile, the inclusion of Wayland Yutani synthetics and their corporate design ties Predator into the larger alien mythology without resorting to mere crossover spectacles. The film smartly avoids dropping in a xenomorph just for fan service, instead suggesting ramifications that reverberate forward. What this opens up is thrilling. The hunt motif remains, but now we're dealing with Yocha internal politics, alien apex predators like the Callus, and corporate entities hunting them for biotech gain. These threads suggest future installments could flip perspectives even further, and we could see a Predator versus Predator story, a Yocha civil war, or a full-on Alien versus Predator gambit where humans are incidental. The narrative possibilities have widened dramatically. In terms of staying true to the roots, the film honors the franchise core, hunters, trophies, wilderness, dangers, but this isn't a retread, it charts its own course. The shift away from human prey, the internal Yocha viewpoint, the corporate machinations all feel fresh yet familiar. The franchise needed revitalizing. Badlands delivers. It doesn't just reboot, it redefines.
I love that.
And it is, yeah, it's cool. It's like this new fucking world of everything. Because that's the thing. How many times can we watch a Yocha turn up on Earth and fucking attack?
Nah. It's been done.
They tried mixing it up with the Adrian Brody one and throwing the humans onto their fucking weird kind of death world. Yeah. And that was fine too. But
I'm just not a fan of Adrian Brody, so I think that kind of marred at time.
But it was really cool to see that you can't do this with Alien. Alien, like xenomorphs are animals.
Vicious animals. Yeah. Whereas Yocha have a set of morals. Yeah, they have sentient. A code of conduct. They talk.
Exactly. They have rules. They think like humans think. Basic humans, I suppose. And the beauty of it is the ending sets up for a fucking sequel straight away, which is beautiful. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with this. How far more they can go with this.
I love.
How did this do in the
box office?
Box office, yeah, because that will tell us if we have any hope of seeing more in our future.
Right.
And you don't miss the humans in it. I know Elle Fanning technically a human in it, but a small part.
Worldwide, $139 million.
Off of a what budget?
Off of sugar. It doesn't give me a budget here. 2 seconds.
Your best bet is to check Wikipedia for this.
105 million. So they've made about 40 million back on it at the moment.
So once it's making money, they don't give a fuck, man.
No,
so
it's not bad.
Go check that out.
It has grossed, against.
It is worth checking out. It's a great fucking movie. It was fun. Like I said, it's cool to see a different perspective, to see a different side of the whole lore.
You get different animals. You get a whole other world, like you said.
Tying the Alien and Predator worlds closer together again without having them constantly intersect with each other. You understand they're in the same fucking universe.
I think if they threw a xenomorph into it, it would have been too close to the TV series that just finished up, and we would have been saturated with xenomorphs.
Trachtenberg intentionally made this movie. If you're going on a timeline and you're following like from the earliest year to the latest year, Badlands takes place
That's the farthest out.
As far away from the original as possible. So it's canon-wise, it is long because he didn't want to step on their toes with the Romulus movies, because there's a sequel to that coming, and Alien Earth just after coming on. It's like, well, if we start fucking around at the same time they're fucking around, we might start getting in each other's way. So this happens generations after.
One thing I did like with both Badlands and Alien Earth was the introduction of other little critters. I think it kind of...
You kind of got that in Predator The Predator. I can't remember, was it Predator or The Predator or Predators, whichever one Adrian Brody was in. You kind of got that in that one.
I've only seen that once.
Yeah, that was one where Toby Maguire was the actual Predator that they were after. That you were wondering why he's there, because he's like a doctor. It turns out he's a serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Like a nice little twist at the end, because you're like, where the fuck is he there? And it's like, yeah, he's a serial killer motherfucker.
Dirty fucker.
Anyway, yeah, those two were great. Check them out. Well worth the fucking watch.
Yes, absolutely.
That's in the cinema right now, as far as I know, and you can see Frankenstein on Netflix right now.
Well worth the watch.
Available, ready to watch. So go check them out. And if you're not going to go check them out, then you can go check us out.
Yes.
Because this week, like I said, we covered Lake Mungo. Mm-hmm. We went paranormal after weeks and weeks and weeks of serial killers. We decided to go paranormal and have a look at that. And we didn't just stop there. We then went over to It's Alive Action and started talking about the history of paranormal investigation, the tools, the people who made it, what it is, where it started, how it started. And I thought it was informative. I mean, I learned a lot about like EMF readers and all that kind of shit. Yeah, we did.
Do we put the knocks in?
No, I found them later. And then I kind of forgot about it because I was rushing to get more work done. But if you're listening to the episode, I tell a story about Knox, realized I had actually deleted them, and then found them in the app that recorded it later on.
That would have been a good place to start looking.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I just assumed
the app that you recorded it
but
with.
I assumed it's been like fucking nearly 2 years and it would have been gone, you know? Yeah. Also on Celebrity Rap Sheet this week, we had part 2 of the 4-part O.J. Simpson story. We've gotten through all the regular bits, as in, like, you know, we've gotten through his football career, his first marriage. He's starting to go out with Nicole. We talked a little bit about how their relationship was a bit rocky. This Tuesday coming, we'll get right into the dirt of it with the murder, the trial, the Bronco chase, and everything that goes with it. And I'm even going to read O.J. Simpson's confession. The chapter, a passage from the chapter, and If I Did It. The chapter heading is actually called Chapter 6, The Night in Question.
I bet he came up with the name himself.
Nah, he had a ghostwriter. Yeah, dummy couldn't write.
The night that I did what I did. Right, let's call it Night in Question, Jay.
So, yeah, you can check all that stuff out on patreon.com/the Horrorverse Network now. And you can check Amy out, as we have mentioned a few times in the show today, on Twitch at Amy Rose 9 every Monday night from 10 till 12 Irish time. What do we say? It's like 4 to 6 Eastern time. I'm not sure. So, yeah.
And we also have Mini Monsters at my weekly photo drop over there, the Horrorverse Network on Patreon. It's only a $5 a month with a free 7-day trial for all new subscribers.
So I worked it out today. For that $5, you get 12 extra shows a month, 12 extra episodes a month, and 4 sets of pictures of you being all hot and sexy.
Not all of them are being hot and sexy.
Every picture of you.
Sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch filling my face.
It's hot and sexy. So make sure you follow us on socials as well at Alive Pod and Amy Rose IAA. Most of our stuff is up on Instagram. We do look at the other stuff as well, so check it out. We'll be back next week with more tales from the Horrorverse. See you all then. Same Alive Lifetime, same Horrorverse channel. Okay, love you. Bye bye.